Good morning, number 9. It's the 9th of September 2022. Not quite. 2024, and I'm still here. Feels like it could be 3032, honestly, and things haven't changed. Anyway, so there's a lady, a viewer, who lives in the Far East and was telling me about Singapore in the messages, and she said they were bringing all these new health regulations, and of course I've spoken about this at great length, and I just have said in the first part that we don't know if it's all to do with COVID or if it's all to do with Monkey Pox. The cards won't say, actually, no, it's not Monkey Pox they're testing for at Heathrow. They're testing for this one. I won't get that. Even though I'm asking for one, it could be the other. You have to be a bit open-minded. You know, it's not like you get a little word that says, actually, no, it's not this one, but it will be this one coming up a bit later on in August. It's not that, unfortunately, it's not that easy to decipher. However, I have started to wonder, because I'm thinking, how could this come in, if I've read on the health organisation, the World Health Organisation, and they're not the same anymore. I read on that a long time ago, and those two chaps are not around in my belief anymore. B and K. So how would they even be bringing this in, Unless there's a few rogues on the side who think, let's try our luck. Come on while we still can. Or it's the White Hats making us all believe this, and then the Hierophants still think, we're still in control a little bit. It's difficult. It's really difficult to figure it all out. It does make your head spin a bit. And also, the UK government and the police, I'm sorry, but I'm starting to believe that it has really changed, as I've already said. It doesn't make sense. And I'm thinking to myself today, this has got to be part of the collapse, because it's obviously got to sort of go to a crescendo point and then it all goes boom. Because to me, another thing we've forgotten is, if this was New World Order, the Great Reset, Agenda 21, where's the missing piece, Because this wouldn't have stopped. In 2022, this all started to phase out and we all got our independence again. That would never have happened. That would have kept going. We would have been in Fema camps by now. So there's a big chunk of the jigsaw missing. This is the last bit. This was a digital ID. And obviously the mandates. And you can't travel. You have to have a vaccine passport. This was the last bit, the final bit. Then they'd take your home away as well at the end. So there's a big chunk missing, and that to me doesn't make any sense. So I believe none of that is happening, and it all conveniently is building around the election, which is even more strange. Or there's a few people trying their luck, but why now? It still makes no sense. And why would Boris be like, okay, I'm going to give everyone their freedom, and then Keir jumps in and says, actually no, we're going to bring in things 10 times worse than we've ever done before. It's like they're all in it together. So you wouldn't have one give you your freedom and the next one come along and take it all away and bring in severe punishments and no free speech. None of it makes sense. And there's a saying, if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. Got it? Right. Probably not true. Psychological tactics. Right, if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. That's about the truth. Yeah, I think that these people are leaving, okay, and it's a work in progress, and maybe surrender in order to get them to all go. Maybe that's how they do it, because this is Judgment Day. I had this when Labour got in. I think the whole thing is for the world, for it to implode, and then the world, it just, I don't know how. Like, it just has to be like, maybe it's building up till the election day so that they can say, look, this is what they had planned for you. This is where it was going. Can you now see? Because think about it, if they do an EBS, they need to have references so they can say, well, do you remember this because of this? Now, do you remember they were trying to stop you travelling? Do you remember they were trying to bring in these? You see, otherwise you haven't got a lot of references to go on. Maybe that's all it is. So I'm going to double check it hopefully for the last time. I know what to ask. Is the WHO, has it been cleaned out and the rogues gone? Yeah, they've gone. Told you. So who's in charge then? Do you know what I mean? The boss is away. Who's in charge? It makes no sense, does it? It's just so much has been happening. It's like the world's gone wild, hasn't it? That's what it feels like. Oh, look, we have a sun. Woohoo! This is WHO. Woohoo! Sun comes back as well. Yay! Because it can't manipulate the weather. World Health Organization. Whoever's messing about. Anyway, that's health though. So maybe it's like the meteorologist. Okay. Little bit left. Hang on a minute. It honestly, it feels to me that it's safe, but it feels like they're just trying it on for a minute. They're like almost, I feel like they're almost alluding to it because, this is almost safe. The world is almost safe. But these are really nice cards. Apart from this one, he's a little bit tired. For a change, okay? This is a change. It's an emotional change. And that maybe they're it's almost about to change. And maybe they're just trying it on just at the moment. This could be taking a risk to bring about this ending because they're all looking this way, depending on this change, to change everything. But I have a sun here. That brightens everything up. That's amazing. This is a deal. This was WHO. They've already agreed. It's like there's been a swap over. Agreed to change it all. This is lovely. This will be completely different going forward, the WHO. So perhaps it's that we are safe, okay? The world is safe from the past. That's what it looks like because everyone's looking to the past. The world is safe from the past. We've said goodbye to that. But it could be that they're just making it a little bit difficult at the end, or it could even be the white hats, just to bring in this change. So then we all know that it's completely changed. It could be, look, there's a strategy. There you go. Strategy to their advantage. So I think what they're doing is, okay, it could be that we are safe from them, safe from that. But they are now using it as part of the journey. They decided to do something spontaneous, take a few risks in order that we say goodbye to it, okay? Because it's a strategy. So in order to leave that behind, they have to do something for their advantage. Now, this could, of course, be bringing Monkey Pox. It might be Monkey Pox because of the lion. Africa, but it might not be. It might just be saying to use their strength in order. This is what I've been saying all along. I feel like they have to push these things. You have to have an ending. How do you get an ending? You have to push it to end it, to bring a breaking point in a way. So that will then cement a goodbye. There's already a deal, so I feel like it's already changed. This place, this little building has already changed. They've already agreed. The sun comes out. You can't change the sun. The sun is amazing. It's a done deal. So therefore, none of the rest of it makes sense, does it? If the foundation has changed, the rest of the movie doesn't make sense. So therefore, it feels like just at the moment, they could just be trying it on at the last minute before it ends is a 9 and 10 is an end. So just before it ends, they try it on, and maybe it's deliberate to wake everyone up, to use it as a point of reference. There you go. Look, they're your friends now. They're not your enemies. They're your friends. Nature. Reconnect. Sun. Now that's really strange because I actually have a sun here. Feel the sun, and I have a sun here. Reconnect. So I don't know. I just feel like that whole thing will be completely different. Or when I say a lot of these things are going, including the supermarkets, they may stay, but they may completely change the core of them. Some of these companies, the names need to change, honestly. I can think of one. Meow. Did you get that one? I didn't want to say the name. It was so obvious when I did the sound effect. Well, maybe you didn't get it. Oh dear. Anyway, so there you go. So that's cemented it for me now. And all the cars were nice. Sun, you couldn't get better. It's amazing. Major Arcana, won't change. Or hard to change, put it like that. I've just had a sun for Mr. T for November. So this feels like the ultimate end of the movie, doesn't it? So, and also, maybe it's to show the few rogues that are left in around the place, okay, that haven't gone, that they still think the Hierophants are massively in control. And that's an illusion. And then, you know, do you see what I mean? It's quite clever, actually, when you think about it. I'm going to just ask, is that... I've got this card. 2 of Pentacles. I think it could, like, this could be rocky, okay? I see bumpy. This could be for them to still think it's rocky while they then continue with their work. Yeah, look. While they continue with their work. So their plans aren't finished. This is planning, and they're waiting. Their plans aren't finished. They haven't finished yet. Haven't quite done everything they need to do to keep us safe and secure. Okay, and this is leading us to the finish line. That's what it feels like. And I think that's the best I'm kind of going to get for it all. So therefore, maybe I'll just ask, you know, the digital, I've done it, I know, but the digital ID and the new vaccine passports and the new mandates, will they go very far? Oh, I'm not even looking, and all the cards are falling out. So I'm going to go with what I've got. I've got 3. It's linked to the past. I'm just seeing that. We've got freedom, psychological tactics, freedom, for that's Mother Earth, for the earth, for the environment. Hierophant, heartbreak, leaving. This is what I just had when I cut the deck. Had that one. Whoops. I had an illusion. I had heartbreak. And I can't remember what I said the other one was. But yeah. I think it's an illusion. We're on a path of like enlightenment. They're showing us. And also it's like the last bit of the unknown. And Hierophant. Oh, that was what I had. Hierophant. And I had heartbreak. So it's almost like, I think it's like it's coming to the end of, it didn't really work, but it's not crystal clear or out into, it's not quite done yet. We're probably at a 9, exactly what that other card said, for completion. That's what I think it is. Is that right? Yeah, there will be a change, massive change, yeah. But it's not quite there yet. Look, there's still pockets of confusion, disruption, fear. This can be some truths coming out. It's all to do with the past. This is what they wanted to do to us. This is health, you see. This is right at the end. This is probably, you know, giving you your sword or giving you your digital ID. Wasn't there a thing where they were meant to stamp their hands? I know it was like part of a movie, but like, I just see these hands. He's like, stamp my hands and this is money and then I can get some food. Do you remember? Revealing, yeah. Heartbreak. I wonder if it's all that to show you how hard it was going to be. And this is the moons. This is like all the fears, all the truths come out. There you go. I feel like I'm got a gist of the Hierophant. Look, see? There you go. And then I can see renewal. Look. Ta-da. That's what it feels like. At the end of the day, you know, you're never going to get it 100%, okay? But I feel like I've got a gist. And like I said, one of the biggest clues for me... Okay, I asked, is it coming to an end and have they lost? Flow, love, woo, flexibility. Go with the flow. So maybe we have to go with the flow while they finish the job. Love. There you go. Love. Enjoy it. Okay. So it makes a lot more sense to me now. This is the last few bumps in the road. That's the 2 of Pentacles. I've got it. It's the last few bumps. And I have 2 suns now. So that's pretty amazing. Was there anything else I needed to cover? Yeah. One more thing I'd like to say, communicate. Maybe they need to speak up. You have a right to be heard. Maybe they really need to shake these people up and say, look, you needed to see this. You didn't wake up first time. Now wake up second time. Wake up! Anyway, what was the last thing I wanted to say? I feel pretty confident then in saying, I've said about this many, many times, but I think about these things a lot and I try to fill in the gaps because I think that's where most of us are the most confused, cementing the pieces together, the jigsaw. But like I said, strangely enough, there's a big chunk now missing, which makes no sense to the movie. So then you know it was a movie in a way, because that big chunk should still be there. We would be in extreme hardship by now already. Never heard about the Fema camps anymore, did we? Oh yeah, so I'll quickly do that and then I want to ask something about the UK. Okay, what happened to the Fema camps? Feel like trust, that's okay. Were they shut down? Was it a myth? Never thought to ask that. Strength. So trust, strength. Feels like it's a good thing. That kind of looks like it came to an end. Let's look into it though quickly. Completion. There you go. Hidden. But these are the prisons. These are your prison cells. Looks like a prison cell, doesn't it? Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Seriously. It looks like they were complete, that the whole thing was like ended in a way. It looks like the past. But it feels like it's like they're pending still. Don't you worry. It's like they're pending. And this was them, okay? But there was a victory won, a completion for the world. But then this man is still waiting. And he's a soldier. And I'm not going to say any more, but I don't think it's like, wow, it's not for us. wait, take back, wait, physically take back. And he's waiting. Well, there you go. I already know what it means. I'm not going to say it though. I'm not going to say it. It's still the past. I'm not going to say it. But it's not us. This is what happened to them. But it's funny because the outcome is very strange with that person waiting. It feels like waiting for dot. Do you see what I mean? I'm not going to say any more, but I'm sure you're intelligent enough to figure it out. So that's why I have strength on the bottom. Use their strength, teach, I get it now. Teach. Do you get it? There you go. Okay, I've said enough. Wow, that was very interesting. So the last thing was, and don't worry, that's not about you, okay? The last thing was then, I now believe the way the UK is going, I believe it's exposure of big institutions. I'm not going to say what they are, but it can be, I want to talk about it without saying it, but I don't know if you'll get it. Two great forces that work together in all of our countries, actually. So the big wigs and two great forces, let me think. I believe it's exposure time, okay? That's what I now believe. I believe the white hats are behind this. And that's what I strongly believe now. They are behind it, somewhere behind it. Exposing everything. Exposing. This is a battle. I have a yes. To potentially to bring in a new beginning as well. Whoops. Okay. This is about exposure. There you go. And us seeing it from a safe perspective. So we're seeing it. We're seeing the past. We're seeing it from a safe place. We're watching the world. We're watching these establishments. And this is vulnerable and exposure time of how could be forceful and combative and argumentative and just strong-armed almost. And that's a lot of dominance, isn't there? A lot of dominance. And I think it's all being exposed. Heartbreak, heavy-handedness, how hard it's been. Sometimes I actually think, why are we living in a world with structures like this? I don't really get it. Like, I understand there are bad people in the world. I get that. But, like, I feel like sometimes, I'm just going to say this, okay, because I just want to. And I think I can, hopefully, if there's still a little bit of free speech allowed. I feel like I live in a prison state. And I know there are worse countries than mine, by far. But I literally sometimes feel like it. It is a prison state. We think we're free. We've been at school since we were 4. What the heck? We've been told what to do. We get 4 weeks holiday a year. And some people are working 12, 16 hours a day shifts. What the heck? And then if we're naughty, it's like we get punished. And then also all the money you earn, you pay most of it back anyway. And it goes on to what they want. And they get to travel, but you don't. Do you see what I mean? It's like, you suddenly like wake up and think, what? I'm not putting up with that. Who the heck do you think you are? But the funny thing is, because we're so used to it, we think we have liberty. But actually, we're not far behind the others. So we do live in a prison state. I'm sorry, we do. Anyone who thinks, way, 4 weeks holiday a year, yippee, and then you get to retire when you're 70, was it 65, 70? I don't know what it is anymore. Oh, whoopee. And then most of us don't survive that long anyway, or a little bit after. A couple of years in retirement. Whoopee. When you're too old to do anything. Yeah, we've been living in a prison state. Wake up. Sorry for my rant this morning. I just get really frustrated when I see it and I'm like, I'm not putting up with that. What the heck? And we shouldn't, because this is a free world. We have our liberty. And maybe this is all about giving us back our liberty, because this is showing you, hello, wake up, wake up, wake up. We need to show you what's been going on. This is what's been going on. You've been on a very horrible path of it's like it's all being illuminated. This is like sort of a treacherous journey of the unknown. This is what we've been walking down, a treacherous path. And now we're getting to see it. And it's been a lot of heartbreak. Okay, this horrible path we've been on of a lot of forcefulness, dictatorship, control. And it feels like this is revealing it, and we're going to get our greatest wishes. And I feel like they need to show us how bad it really is, and that we're in a really bad controlled state. And I hate it, and it's horrible, and I'm sorry, but I don't like control. Once I found out it wasn't quite what I thought, I was like, I'm not having that. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, look. What an interesting set of cards. Career. Try something new. Okay, that's good news. Skills. Skills. Time to learn some skills. Study a course. Skills. New hobby. Skills. Maybe this is about our futures. I'm not really sure. Because I was saying about prison state and we only get 4 weeks off a year. So I don't really know. Or this could be saying they're just being skillful and showing us everything that's been going on. Wait. I keep getting that card. Decide. So there's going to be some decisions. I actually feel like this is close to the end. I actually feel like they're at breaking point. Like in my head, I keep getting like, I just keep thinking all the time, this is a breaking point. This is a breaking point. That it's like, to me, it's like the mesh is ripping apart. It can't sustain itself. It's becoming very obvious that they're who they are, and that actually the control and power is losing. It's breaking apart. This control mesh we've been under is now ripping apart. That's what it feels to me when I think about it. Soulmates, important people who teach you life lessons. Yes, because friends, family, lovers, we're not going to have this system of control anymore. New beginnings. Look at that. That's amazing. I hope it happens like soon. I don't have to wait 24 billion years for this, to actually happen. But yeah, I don't want to live in a prison state anymore. Thanks very much. I made up my mind. Sorry. I've decided no. I'm a free person. I'm not tolerating that anymore. There you go. Ooh, look, freedom. Freedom in the middle of confusion. I'm not living in this power structure anymore of this is what it is. Denying your freedom, in fact. Controlling your health, your money. And you weren't really aware of it. So you were a prisoner, but you were an open prisoner because the gate is open. But really, there's bars all around you and you're a bit stuck. But you're naive, so you think you're free, but you're not. That's what we've been living under. And I'm not living under that anymore. Thank you very much. You can go now. We've finished with you. I don't know if I can say all this, but, you know, it's just how I feel. Create a new beginning and new skills. Express yourself. Even the card said I can express myself. Look. Even the card said I can. We should be creative people. And we're not, because we've been controlled. So we should have wonderful skills of expression, creativity, but we're not, because we can't. But we will have. I believe that's going to come. We're going to be unique people again, with talent, skills, opportunity, compassion, love. Last card. I've really gone on a tangent this morning. I quite enjoyed it though. This is protective, loving, and this is strength, compassion, kindness. So we may have some kind of structure still of authority, because I'm talking about authority, but this will be more protective, loving, secure, boundaries, rules, but not unkind, but just you've got to have a little bit of a system maybe in control, because there are still some dodgy people in the world. But this is kindness and compassion and humanity and dealing with it in a nice way. because through hardship they're now kind and understanding, okay, and doing it, you know, not controlling people, but this is taming people, but in a nice way, you know, like, come on, do the right thing. If you're not going to do the right thing, then you're going to get, you know, you have to be sort of a little smack on the wrist kind of thing, but, you know, not heavy-handed. We don't need heavy-handedness anymore. So anyway, it was a massive rant, but I quite enjoyed it. I hope it makes sense. I will try not to worry no more. And I think the future's very bright. I just don't know when. Bye now.